Hey, all right, should be live now. Oh, okay. Not to hype myself up too much, but just checked my audio, and all the settings seems to be perfect. Perfect. I switched it up a little bit. I don't know what I was doing. I had like what I was hearing was a lot quieter than what was actually being played. So whenever I would turn down the music, what you guys were hearing was entirely different from me. But basically, completely like cleared all those weird like levels and settings. Now I can more appropriately change things. I think it's because I started with a voice meter, and then I got the Elgato mic, and that has its own settings, so I didn't need the voice meter anymore. Also, I have the mic, the fan blowing directly on me, and it's not hitting the microphone. And I have like the gates settings really high, as well as the compressor pretty good at working on this. So audio perfect, not too loud, not too quiet, as far as I can tell. It might be too loud, but you know, that part you can turn down, I think. You know, I don't know. I think I'm really happy with it. We'll get more opinions, you know, whenever they come. All right, then. So we are gonna get right back into working on Mahsa. I think, yeah, while everybody was gone, I decided to actually go through the layers and name everything, organize everything, delete extras. So one of the annoying things that happen is that if the layers are locked, and then you drag them and try to move them when they're locked, you will make a duplicate. So instead of not being able to move at all or getting a little pop-up that says, hey, you're trying to move a layer that is locked, it just makes a copy. And so I had like 6 copies of like 4 different layers just sitting in there, and I didn't want to spend like 10 minutes to look through each and every layer to make sure I wasn't deleting anything important. So there's that. I get family walking in all the time. All right, so I also made some notes on exactly what I was going to be doing. So let's pull that up. Bah! Everything moves a little bit faster now that I've actually deleted all the 6 copies. So, sorry, I really was thirsty. All I got to do is finish up the background, finish up the shading of the character. Then we can start doing like more specific lighting choices and colors. Make sure it all works together really well. Like I said, I want to keep things a little muted because I like the look of just like shadowy, inky noir. I said inky. Chalky, dusty, kind of like the Connor drawing that I did, like to start all this off. Let me see. Do I have that open? Let me just pull that up real quick because I don't want to look at it. Just for like 5 seconds. Give me a minute. Whoa. Jeez. Why would it go into that layer instead of like the top? Okay. So yeah, this is Connor. So I think this one out of all of them really looks like the feel the best of Vampire the Masquerade, where it's got like a really moody, really dark feel. I think I'm especially happy with like how just nasty the shadows look. Like all I did was just use like a chalk brush, or it might actually be a paintbrush that I used to do this to get all that grainy shadow. So yeah, that's where we're gonna keep. I was about to delete the entire thing. Okay. Also, while working on this, I decided to delete the paper texture. I do like the paper texture, but none of my other pieces have it, and it was adding a little bit too much chaos to the detail. I think it's more appropriate for like images that are a little bit more simple and aren't character design based. So, you know, it really adds something to a nice, like, painting of a background but maybe not so much for like character designs where you know, you might want to add a texture here, but not a texture there. If that makes any sense. Or at least that's my thinking about it. So yeah, that's that. Let's get back into working on this character. So, let's see. Let's just turn Mahsa off entirely. Let's turn off the lights. And shadows. Okay, so that's going to be all the background. Is there to make this brighter? Yeah, I think I can just opaquity this down. I'm going to add another, just a white fill background. Just so it mixes. I don't want to blind you guys, so just like a touch of the crimson stays in. Alright, and so now we're just going to fill everything in. Let me get the... What are you? Okay, so that's the sketch layers. I'm just going to go underneath the line art. And we're just going to block in pretty much just like this area right here. But I decided I don't know if I intentionally did it, but I kind of just combined everything. Oh, so what happened was originally it was just going to be me doing the shadows of everything, but then I accidentally forgot. Sorry, I didn't explain that very well. So I was just going to do like the shadows of everything and ignore the and skip the part where I actually do the line art. Sorry, 1 second. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. But then once I started doing out all the details, I realized like unless I wanted all the details to be completely lost in the background, I needed to at least get some line art down. I think I'm gonna make them into multiply, maybe lower the opacity on this line art layer, because I don't actually want them to be super like clear, clearly separated objects. Like I'm okay with everything kind of just fading into the background. Or maybe I won't even have to do that if it's dark enough. It'll just kind of blend in. So with this layer, I'm actually going to start like getting all the shadows in. Hopefully. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to turn it down just a touch. A little bit more than a touch. So I can get a little bit better of a sense of how the shadows are going to move. I'm going to do like a general shadow in the crack of the wall. Did you say a bunch of food? Hello? Just a little bit of a glow on the books. And maybe the pot of the plant. It'll look like at 100. I should probably do another, like, just like a little bit of shade. I said a little bit, but that's not a little bit. For the floor. Are corners supposed to be dark? I'm kind of going in with the assumption that they are supposed to be dark. That's you on the camera, by the way. You're fine, I just want you to know. He just wants to watch me draw. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I don't mind people peeking at me when I draw. Thank you. I mean, it's just some like background clutter right now, but we're working on it. No, that's an eraser. Yeah. Hold on, let me show you. You said you were gonna be quiet, by the way. You're fine. Yeah, there's a character in there. I'm just trying to get some of the little stuff in the back done. Let me find, where's that brush? Where's that layer? Just my name, Raul A. Pena.
Bye. We gotta wait.
Bye. Should probably be using the chalk brush more if I want that like really grainy texture. Yeah, it's my nephew. Oh, I don't have my Shadowreno up. I need to have that up. I think I'm forgetting where the shadows are supposed to be coming from. So there's definitely a red glow coming from there, but there should also be a like light coming in from the bottom left. Do I have the yellow light? Yeah, so there should be like a little bit of a glow coming from that direction. So these shadows are completely in the wrong. Whoa. Just remove just like this section. Why is it like multiplying? Can I just like undo all this shading? Jesus. Sometimes my words start to slur if I'm not focusing. Actually, the shadows should be on top if the light's coming from below. I don't think this is gonna matter too much, but you know, try to think about lighting. I usually don't spend enough time focusing on lighting. Oh my goodness, maybe these should just be on a different layer. That way I can just erase them freely when I need to. What happens if we bring the color back in? Pretty much none of this ends up showing up. I'm probably gonna do like a highlight layer, just like a little bit of a lighting layer. 1 second. Okay. Sorry, I got an email. I'm probably gonna add like just another layer where you can see some of the stuff glinting off of the objects, some light. Let's test that out for a second, actually, just for fun. Where are we going? Let's do it. It's got to be underneath the line art, so let's do it like right here. For the color, it's got to be yellow, so let's see if we can have like a yellow, but like turn down the opacity so it mixes with the background. Oops. Kind of like that. Let me see. How does it work with the yellow light? Ah. So yeah, you kind of get the effect that it's like glinting off some of the stuff over here. So maybe she has like a lamp in the other corner of the room. Some light that's not on the screen. But it's gonna be real low. Like like I said, I'm gonna eventually play with the colors, and that's when I'm gonna really tone things down. Cause I wanted a little bit more gothic, you know. I want a dark feel. I want a gritty feel. All right, where was I? Let's turn off this yellow light. I'm gonna turn the. Oh, never mind. We just went up. I thought everything deleted somehow. All right, so where were we? This is the shadow for the paper, so I'm gonna keep working on that for a second. Oh, I was wondering where the lines were. Wait, how does the light look with the shadows over there? It's a little iffy. I think because there's not really any reason why I'm darkening the corners. It just feels a little weird having the light without it. Let me see. Just a second while it looks stuff up. I'm getting like a lot of horror images. Sorry, I'm just looking up how people like draw rooms just to see like why am I like losing my mind over nothing. It doesn't look like normally people do anything different with there. I think the only difference is like they just color it differently. So yeah, maybe I'm overthinking with the shading on those. So let me get rid of these. There's probably going to be enough opportunity for shadow anyways. Oop, that added. Come on, eraser. There we go. I'm on the wrong layer. Nope, that's not the right layer either. There we go. Gotta be careful here. Well, actually, I can also just pretty directly. This is the one that's gonna be really trippy. Cut. Yep. Let me also lighten up the background so I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay. Alright, yeah, this is the individual shadows for everything. So let's just make the floor darker. Or actually, I would prefer it if the room itself had a darker background. So let's just get like a straight line. Nope, that's not a straight line. That's an eraser. I'm gonna do this on a different layer. Multiply. There we go. Nothing too complex here. I'm not gonna actually like spend the time thinking about like what color the room is gonna be. It's just gonna be darker than whatever the floor is. Because I think that might give the floor more of a weathered look if it's brighter. Because usually it's the opposite way around. Like usually your floor is darker than your walls, unless you've like painted your room like a really, really, really dark color. If you have like hardwood floors especially. In this case, it's going to be the opposite. I'm just going to leave that like really close and then we can refine it later. Ah, crap. Come on. There we go. Okay. So now the wall has like a different to it. We're gonna dial everything back a bit. Ooh, I can make this quicker with a line tool. Nope, that's on eraser mode. I'm gonna make the brush smaller to get into this section. Follow to here. And why is this window kind of peeking out? I think it's this layer. So maybe it's not this layer. Okay, so I see that's part of, like, that's just part of it. What about this one? Yeah, this one's part of it. So this one I should be able to erase. That's not going how I planned on it. Oh, that's the wrong layer. There it is. Was the other one also? No, that's just like part of the actual drawing itself. I must have just really not been paying attention to the lines when I did this. Because some of these are going over in like very obvious sections. Although maybe I was just getting frustrated because the all the layers was slowing everything down. Okay, I think we're good from there. Got no sections I'm noticing cleanup over on that side. All right, so let's go back to the other one. Pop, close. Come on. All right. Should I dark blinds? I was gonna leave them bright, but I don't know. They look kind of weird. I think we're gonna darken them. So what is that? Okay. Oop. What's going on? Oh, I missed it. Okay. Hey, thanks for following. Really appreciate it. Just working on my little drawing over here. Hopefully I get, at the very least, the background done. I should be able to move on to rendering. I don't think this background's going to take too much longer. I might just add some like texture to everything. There you go. It is very hot in my room right now. We're gonna get the air conditioning fixed hopefully tomorrow. I have been dying for the past few days. We had a week where it was like cold and that was nice. So it was only melting for like a day and then like immediately the heat came back. I saw it on the weather channel that I was gonna start getting warm again and I was like, please, for all that is holy, don't get warm again. Oh, and also I got a new mouse to fix my double clicking issue because that was bothering me really bad. I think Logitech mouses have like a defect in it that are really easy to trigger because it has like some kind of like technology that keeps it like constantly as close as possible to being in the click position, if that makes any sense. So they keep like that joint really tight, and if it wears down, I think it starts to overclick. So like they have something protecting it from double clicking. But after like maybe what I hear is like maybe even just after like a year or two, it'll start to overclick. But that's as far as I understood it. Hopefully I don't get sued by Logitech for claiming that their mice might not be the best sometimes. Sometimes they are not Pog. Not Pog champ. I mean, but that's like the issue. Like they're actually really good mice. Need something smaller. So once there is a defect, it's like harder to say no to it. The mice. It's like if you had a problem with Amazon, what are you gonna do? Stop using Amazon? If you had a problem with Logitech mice, what are you gonna use? Something not as good as a Logitech? That's maybe not the best example because there actually is a lot of other better options of Logitech. I just have used Logitech and would prefer to keep using them. Maybe it's also just because I've been too lazy to look up other options. I know Razer makes pretty decent mice. Mice. Moosin. I'm not super specific or gamery with it either. I just need something that has the left click, right click. That's weird, my hotkey isn't working. Something about that song's bothering me. The little sound effect they got going is just weirding me out. Oop, wrong button. I think I'll leave it on the pop. the plant. The plant can be slightly darker. Okay. Just need to cut out. I think it's fine if all the background, the like wall objects get colored the same way. Cause all I'm gonna really need to do is brighten them up using the highlight color a bit. Let me pull it in the color real quick. Whoa. Maybe it is a little bit of a problem then, if it's dark. Did I do something different? Is it supposed to be that dark? Oh, that's right. I colored the entire wall. Let me lower the opacity for that. I just needed like a slightly different shade. I don't need it like completely. Yeah, that's perfect. I said it's perfect and immediately changed it. And then what about the other shadows? No, that's the highlight. All the shadows already in? Yeah, I do. Okay. That's probably all I need to do as far as that. Let me just get some texture on it. So select from opaque. We're gonna add some texture to the wall first. Just some like colors to make it look kind of like a wall does. Just rough it up a bit. Let's see. Let's go to all. Let's see what can we use to like add some scratches and stuff to the wall. This rake tool looks interesting. Oh, but it is a tiny brush. We're not going to use that. Ooh, but this textured brush. It's giving everything a light ribbing. Okay. Just light dusting, maybe some splatters. Let me see if I can find a good, decent splat that isn't like too excessive. Oh, this is the untagged ones. All. Whoa. That was a bit much. Then what if we invert? Select invert. This is going to be the floor layer. Maybe I can also just add like some quick lines for to make it look like it's hardwood. And just get not think too hard about it. I'm gonna do this on a different layer just in case I decide to make it darker and more noticeable. Wow, I guess I can't change my mind. Oh, never mind. There it goes. Okay, 8. Go on. I hate trying to be too perfect, but I'm trying to at least get it like at least noticeably smaller. There, no, that's not right. That's not right. It's gotta be like this way. Yeah. Go back to 8. I'm doing this in a very weird way, but trust the process. Trust. Actually, you can just leave it there, but let me. Please. There you go. What does it look like without the selection? Yeah, I like that. Let me erase the lines over here. Because you definitely should not be seeing these lines through the desk. And then it's all black over there, so it's not really going to show up anyways. So let's make it a multiply. This is as dark as it goes. Yeah. Let's just... Let me see if I can turn down the shadow on the wall. Because I think the lighting already only pretty much hits the floor, so it already looks like it's separate. That's the wrong one. So yeah, it might not even be necessary at all. We'll keep it at like 15. Somewhere like right there. That's at least still sort of noticeable. Then I can just add some here and there that don't look too weird. I'm gonna turn down the opacity a bit. I wanna. Whoa. Can we raise that higher? I think I might actually do that above the line art itself. Lift. Why is it not going up? Up. 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 There we go. Oh, it's because it's a hard light layer. Let me just make it a normal then. Is it because it's not bright enough? Oh, yeah, that's because it's not bright enough. Yeah, it might not be that necessary to make it that bright. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I just wanted to tone it down a bit. Okay, every little bit. I just wanted something. I want a little bit more texture into the background. I think the only other thing that's going to really matter is the kind of like the highlights. So let's get to that layer. I think this might be it. Nope. Oh, not even on. Yeah, there it is. This one? Okay. I clicked the just while trying to get there. I think this color. That's not the color. That's an eraser. What was the color? This one? Go away. Ah, it's hard to tell what color I had. Hold on, let me just pop. And I think the brightest part would be like right here. Yeah, it should be close enough. Let's turn it back down. Let's try to get it on some of the features. These handles would be probably metal, so that's why I'm putting so much, just making them so bright. We're gonna race them down to fit into the handle. There we go. Oh, what if I make the line art like a multiply? And then just tone it down. Maybe like around the 60 or 70. Yeah, like right there. Come. I'm also gonna make a layer underneath this. This is gonna be like the general highlight, and then like the softer gradient highlights, and then the other one is gonna be like the very bright line highlights, if that makes any sense. So let me see if I can do this correctly. It's an eraser. And then turn it down. Yeah, like that. I don't mind that. That's pretty good. And let's do this for the rest. So that we're gonna clip it, trim it off. Let's trim it off like we're there. Okay. Let's trim it from here. Oop. Let me make it smaller. Trim it from here. Okay, and then we're gonna erase. Just softly erase from there. So I could transition a little smoother. What layer is this? Okay. I was wondering why I wasn't erasing at all over here. I just noticed that the floor lines are going through. I need to find that layer. There it is. Yeah, it's the only ones. I just had a lot of heaviness sleep hit my eyes. Holy crap. I got like almost 7 to 8 hours. I don't know why I'm really tired. Oh, this is like behind the character's leg, isn't it? You won't even see this. I won't spend too much time on it then. Just like the slightest glint of the way that it looks. We're on the wrong layer. There we go. Very simple. We're gonna go back to the chalk brush to bring in some of these lights over here. This is an eraser. That always happens. Oh, how did I get into artwork? It was actually extremely simple. I was in preschool and I drew a little stick figure. And it was like, it had a little fireman's hat, it had a little fire hose. And I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever done. I want to do this for my entire life. And that's pretty much it. That's actually like pretty much the entire reason I got into art. Like I just really liked doing it ever since I was like in preschool. I didn't get any kind of like good at it until like high school though. So like from preschool to elementary, I was drawing all the time. Was just stick figures, but I was always drawing. Then middle school, it went to like blobby characters that were like entirely just like anime, but still was really rough. And high school is when I actually just like sat down and I did a drawing of Kurt Cobain for a art project. And I was like, this is really bad. Like I always assumed I was a good artist and didn't actually think about it too much. So when I saw like the final product come together, I was like, oh, this is really bad. Like, why don't I just like look up how to draw from like online places? So like I went to like DeviantArt and looked up some tutorials, and that's how when I actually started getting a lot better really fast, because I was actually like looking at like how other people like to do drawings and starting to get a little bit closer to my style. So I was like making decisions. Okay, like I have an anime style. How can I make it more like anime that I like to see? Like more realistic styles. And that's when I started to get good. Like whenever I was like actually like taking it apart, like, okay, I don't know how to do shadows. Let me work on shadows. I don't know how to do arms very well. So I looked up all the muscles of the arms and started like practicing all that. So yeah, that's basically how I got into art. I was just very into it since I was like a little kid. And then like one day I was just like, hey, let's if I'm doing this all the time, I may as well like actually start looking on what I could improve in order to make it more impressive of a skill. Because I mean, in high school you see a lot of people that are like really good at art. So I was like, okay, like I'm an artist. I called myself an artist, but I don't actually like practice, or like I don't actually try to improve in any areas. And then I found out how much I liked copying anatomy, so... Oh, how long? Yeah, I would say once I started actually, like, trying to get good, it only took me, like, maybe a year or two, maybe? And I'm not, like, a super, like... What's the word I'm trying to look for? Like, I'm not a very... brutal artist or technical artist. So like I'm not like doing it like literally. I'm not setting a schedule where I would draw from here to here and then try to reach those targets. It was very much just like, I feel like drawing, let me try working on this and that, and without like completely overworking myself is what I'm trying to say. Without overworking myself, I got good within like 2 years. Just drawing what I felt like and trying to have fun with it. And I mean, good, in a sense of like, I was actually doing art that I was proud of. Because I pretty much figured out pretty early on, thankfully, that like, you can get a little bit too focused on trying to become like the best artist, and there's like a million of people, like no matter what you do, there's always going to be like an artist half your age that draws way better than you. So like you got to get very used to the idea, like you're not going to become the best artist in the world, but you can at least make yourself happy with your art. So I figured out exactly what I wanted to do as far as like my art style. So like anatomy was the first really big thing I wanted to learn. So I specifically studied just what I like to draw, like the anatomy parts that I didn't understand or know, and would just sit there drawing those until I got a better idea of it. Then I would do like little diagrams of like, okay, here's something I can look back at, something I can look back to. And then whenever I'm drawing that muscle again, I can just look back to my little reference sheet, my little guide. And that definitely helped me get through it, get through a lot of the more complex joints. Like, one of the weirder joints that you really don't get a lot of opportunities to draw is like an armpit. Like, I didn't understand how to do an armpit until like recently, actually. Like, let me see. I should have the folder still open. Let's pull you all the way to the top. So like on this character, it was like the first time I had in a long time that I really had the opportunity to sit down and be like, you know what? I don't know what the joints of the armpit look like when you're lifting your arm like above your head like that. So I just looked through some guides and sat there practicing it for a minute. And eventually I got it to a place where I was happy with it. So like trying to like find very specific like places where where I'm not very experienced, or like I know I'm just like skipping. Like sometimes I'll just do like if I don't know it, I'll just skip it. So I've gotten very good at like stopping and just being like, okay, instead of skipping it, let's actually try working on it. You know, let's not just like leave this gap in my progress. And that's kind of just like always, like you're always trying to improve your art like that. It's a constant work in progress. For like years, I mean, in high school, when I actually did start to get good in high school, like I would still say like, oh, I'm not very good. You know, like I'm not. If somebody would compliment me, I'd be like, oh, it's okay. You know, like I'm happy with it. And I think eventually, like I figured out, like okay, like I can be a little bit more comfortable with like just like admitting, like yeah, I'm decent. You know, like I'm pretty solid at this, because it's a talent that not everybody has. So it's okay to kind of just like, you know, just take a compliment. Because especially like if you get too trapped in your own head, you don't believe it. Like something I always say is like, I always hate what I'm doing until it's like over. Like whenever I'm drawing something, I hate like every decision I'm doing. I think is the worst decision I've ever made. Every like stroke I make, I think like, oh, that's it. This piece is dead. This piece is over. And then when I'm finally done with it, I'm like, actually, it's not that bad. So it's like you got to learn those important little skills, and having the right attitude about it. I think an attitude where you're not gonna like hit your head on the table every single time you make a mistake. Like it's you know, if you're not having fun with your art, you're not gonna be like motivated to keep doing it. So that's like a really important aspect to it. And since, I mean, that's why I say like it started in preschool. Like I figured out like, oh, I actually like have fun drawing this. Like literally just sitting there with a little piece of paper and crayons is fun. So that's why I had the ability to like just sit down and just keep working on it, because it was fun. Like I like drawing, even if it's not a good drawing, it's fun. So like, yeah. So like growing up, I always like knew I was gonna do something with drawing, and even if I didn't know what that would be. So like I didn't know if I was gonna be like an illustrator for books, a comic book artist, a video game concept artist. Like I just knew that whatever it was I'm gonna end up, it's gonna have something to do with art, because that's just like I need to have a place to do that. And even right now, like I don't do art for my job. I work at a hospital, but like I draw while I'm at the hospital. Like whenever there's nothing going on, I'm drawing in my notebook. So it's like even then, like no matter what, I'm gonna be doing this. Let me pop in my vampire character so you can get a peek at her. I've grouped everything properly now, so I can just like pop her in like a cartoon character. Pop. Yeah, this is the vampire that I'm working on. I'm just getting some background details in. And yeah, I think I'm gonna... I might even lower how bright this thing is, because now I'm noticing that like it's a little bit too noticeable. Oh, that's on a different layer. Yeah, like really push that down. There we go. I think maybe just a little bit of a glint on the walls and the blinds. I think that's all the lighting I need. I'm gonna do this on a different layer, in case I end up hating it. I should also say that I had a lot of help with my art. My friends are like very artsy. Like even if I'm like the only one that like draws like very seriously, or at least for a while that's how it was. I was like the only for a while I was the only one that was like that did art or called myself an artist in the group. They all had like a pretty good eye for like how to critique my stuff. Or I think so. Maybe they thought they were doing a terrible job at it. Like, I had somebody to show my art and like say like, is this like, how does this look? And I mean, it wasn't always like the best advice. Sometimes it was it was just mean because I mean we were in like high school. But I think it gave me a better sense on like what looks silly, because like it's hard to like zoom out on your work and actually notice like, hey, this like shirt that you gave the character is kind of goofy looking. Like maybe you should not do that. Oh, do I have that? I think I have like room to improve. Like absolutely. Like there is a lot I could fix. Like shadows and lighting right now are my biggest like drawback. Like I have such a like simple understanding of lighting that like every drawing I do has like no lighting. Like there's just zero lighting at all. Like you have to like, I don't know, choke me in order to get me to actually do a lit background. Where'd I go? That's what I mean by like, sometimes I'll just skip whatever section I don't want to do. And I'm trying to like, and I try to like pretty much always get better at like not skipping it, like actually taking it seriously. I'm actually gonna erase this. I think it's better if it's just like one side of the blinds gets a little bit of light, like that. But yeah, absolutely. I have a lot of areas that I'm not always happy with in my drawing, and it's always going to be like that. Even if I was like the best artist in the world, like I think there's always going to be something I hate about my art. I think it's not necessarily healthy, but it's just, you know, like that's one of the reasons you get better, is that you notice your flaws, so you can improve it later. Like if you think if you don't find anything to improve, that's usually a sign that you need other eyes on it. You need somebody else to look at it. So that's why I was bringing up like my friends earlier. Like they helped me like notice like one of the big things I have is sometimes the head will be enormous on my characters. Like it will just be huge because like I spend so much time thinking about how I want like the face to look, and then when I draw the body, I'll kind of rush it and not think about like I do it piece by piece. So I'll do the head and then the body comes later. And that ends up making it so the head is huge and the body is like tiny. And pretty much like every character I would draw through high school, they would like point out like, hey, their head is kind of like huge. And sometimes I would just ignore them. I'd be like, you know what? Yeah, the head's huge, but that's just how I like it. Okay, that's just how I like drawing heads. But now I've like really started to like pay more attention to the scaling of like the proportions of the characters. And I think that my friends really helped me like break that part of my head that was like, oh yeah, this is just part of my style. Like it wasn't. It was like a shortcoming that I just refused to like confront. So now if I like actually sit down and like look at my character, I can be like, oh yeah, the head's definitely too small. And then I can actually make those stylistic choices where it's like, okay, I do actually want this character to have a small head, like, or a bigger head. So I think it's also important to be able to take criticism from others and just, you know, be willing to show other people your work and let them notice your shortcomings if you can't find them. If you got a good set of friends, or at least know other artists that you can talk to about like your art, they can really help find what you can improve, so long as you know you actually take it seriously and take it to heart. Because I've known plenty of people where I've like pointed out like, you know, you could fix this, you know, this could maybe you should think about adding this, or spend a little bit more time planning the color scheme. They can improve it here. And then they'll just like be like, yeah, but this is actually kind of how I want it to look. And I'll be like, all right, fine. You know, like, you don't have to listen to. Sometimes the opinions and the criticism you'll get aren't always correct. But it's still important to at least hear them, be open to them, and maybe later down the line you'll realize that they were right or wrong. Inspirations for art. I think the earliest one was Leonardo da Vinci. I really it's a very like cheap answer as far as like classical artists, but I like Leonardo da Vinci. It was probably just because of Assassin's Creed, to be honest. But I also did like the fact that he was kind of like a multifaceted person, where it wasn't just the art, it was also like he thought about the functionality of the things he would draw. And I think later down the line that actually became a lot more important to me, where I actually liked spending time thinking about how some of the things I would design function. Maybe a little bit too much. I would spend a little bit too much time thinking about it too. And then afterwards, like whenever I got more serious about thinking exactly what kind of style I wanted, Mike Mignola is easily one of my favorite artists as far as comic books. Like the way he uses shadows and really simple figures. Like I literally like on my phone, like I have like a tons of his pictures that I'll just pull up on everything. I just want like a fraction of that knowledge, especially when it comes to like lighting and how it's like one of my shortcomings. Like he is like a master of like lighting and shadows and blocking out details. Like it is just, I wish I had like an ounce of that skill, a morsel of that skill. So yeah, Mike Mignola is a very big inspiration for me, style wise. Trying to think of other ones. Who else's art have I looked at a lot? I don't really use them for like inspiration to start drawing, because like I've always had the like desire to draw. So like it wasn't like I saw an artist and that inspired me to draw. But I would also say just generally just being on DeviantArt. Like I think if you're on DeviantArt, you can find those artists that you really respond to well. So like I've been using it since like 2013. I think I'm like at 9 years now. And even though the site's kind of annoying because it keeps changing every week, I still go back to it. Like I'm still on that website like every day, because like there's so many good artists. You just have to, you just have to get through all the furry artists, the vor artists, all the like fetish artists. Like you just have to like swim your way through like miles and miles of all of that in order to find a single good artist. And like those will be like very often my inspirations for what I do. Same with Instagram. Instagram's a little bit easier because like it has an algorithm that like will track what you like, which is honestly a little annoying that it tracks your stuff, but you know, it's the digital age. What are you gonna do? I guess also just the way that people respond. Growing up, I had a lot of people that would like compliment my art. Even back when I was doing like terrible art, I had a lot of people that would be like, "You draw? That's so cool," and that always like made me like, you know, it makes you warm on the inside when you hear that. You know, like someone that's like, you know, like you're cool. You draw. It's very simple, but it's like it really. That's why I'm not like as shy as I think a lot of people would assume about their art. Like some people, they draw in their little sketchbook and then they'll like hide it from people. They'll like, you know, whenever somebody leans over to look what they're drawing, they'll like hide it. But I always personally just like, as soon as somebody started looking, like I would give them the notebook. Like I want you to look at it. I want you to say how cool I am and make my ego rise for like 5 seconds before I like break it down myself. So I don't think that's like, as far as artists, that's not a direct answer, but that also is a reason why I'm inspired to draw. It's like I like getting that reaction. I love the feeling of making something and having people enjoy it. For my ego, and also because like it's just nice. It's just nice. I'm being able to make something that people can enjoy. That's why I'm on Twitch, so people can see it and, you know, if they want to be here or not. What time is it? 7:48. Ooh, this background's taking longer than I was hoping. I think I'm nearly done though. So let me do like one last thing. This is like a test. We might have to erase it. Select from opaque. I've got so many layers that aren't named. I don't know which one is which. Okay, so these are blinds. So let's do it like right under that. Let's go to the watercolors. Oh, comic book series. I'm a huge Batman fan. I'm a very much a normie when it comes to that. Like I just like Batman. Like the stories, like they're just good. But as far as like a singular favorite series, obviously Hellboy, because you know, Mike Mignola being my favorite artist, obviously Hellboy would be one of my favorite stories. I have a comic book collection over there. Hold on. East of West was also one of the first series I got really into. Like I was just very into the art, the concept of the four horsemen. Yeah, that pretty much covers it. It's just a lot of Batman. As far as Batman, Year One, The Long Halloween, White Knight was also a pretty early one for me, and that one was great. Yeah, those are what I would say my favorite series. Just, you know, Batman, Hellboy, East of West. And then as far as artists, Mike Mignola, Sean Gordon Murphy. I love his art. Some of his writing can be a little iffy, but I at least like his art, definitely. Who else? I have a respect for Jim Lee. Jim Lee, I'm not always into his art, but I at least like respect how good and detailed it is. It's like, even if it's a little cheesy, like his art, and you know, it's kind of like the artist that everybody says they like, you know, especially with his like work on X-Men. I kind of like wanted to hate him for a while, but it's like it's hard to deny. Like he's actually like a fantastic artist. What is happening here? Sorry, I'm trying a bunch of different weird stuff with this light. That's not what I wanted at all. What if I do like screen? Here we go. I think that's literally all I wanted. Just like a little bit of like this texture and a little bit of the orange light to hit the walls as well. So, let's see how like low I can put it. Because like even at 10%, like this is pretty noticeable. Select, deselect. Yeah. I think I like this. Oop, 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 oop. Go to my tools. I'm gonna erase this just a little bit. It's a little bit too bright down there. Remember what this was all gonna be very dark? I lied. Oh well, I mean, I'm going to eventually make it a lot darker, but I'm just focusing on like one lighting. It is so hot in this room. I've got a very big fan blowing on me, but it's still not enough. All right, let's put in some of the other colors. So, doot. Actually, some of the lighting still does show up. Like some of the little glints, little glares. I can even make it brighter since there's still like separate layers. No. We're gonna keep you low. Oh, no. You stay low too. Where are you? Wait, is this in a layer? What is this? Oh, it's like splatters on the wall. I don't know. I don't remember what you're gonna say like that. I'm looking for my light. Where are you? Oh, it's this one. Yeah, there we go. We can keep that light on there. And then we can also just turn down the shadow. Somewhere like around there. All right. Yeah, okay. All right, I think we're gonna do... Let's work on rendering the character now. Enough of this background silliness. Whoa. That looks really trippy. Whenever you take down the background color, that's crazy looking. Why does it look green? Oh, straight, that's the yellow light mixing with it. Let's turn that light down to there. That way we can focus on the character. Alright. Let's see. I did notice that I did pretty much like finish the lips and everything. They do have a storyline, all these characters, but not necessarily like a comic book project or anything. They're just kind of like characters in a world that I want to create and move on. That's usually I do that a lot, where I just make characters, make a story, and then just walk away. But this character is the sheriff from, I don't know if you're familiar with Vampire the Masquerade at all, but she's basically like the sheriff of this fictional area that I made that doesn't have a name. One second. I'm actually going to bring it back in the background, because I think it's important to make the shadows and everything look right. But yeah, she likes to like keep an eye on the city, even like at all times. She'll like be peeking out of windows and watching, just watching everything. And she'll like report anything to like, she keeps an eye on any breaks in the masquerade, any like vampires that are out of line, as well as trying to keep an eye on the police department and their ongoings, because they have a very dirty police department, and she tries to protect the what she deems as like the good cops and such. That's her general tone anyways. I'm gonna do her undersuit. Select from opaque, but all right. So what color is this? So something darker. I don't know how dark I want to go. I don't know if I just want to like add black to it. Just too blue. Okay, this feels really desaturated. I like that one. No, that's an eraser. Ooh, boop, boop, boop. I'm on directly touching the layer. There we go. And let's make it a multiply. Yeah, multiply. Hold on. I need to stop and think. What am I actually doing? So hold on. Let me pull up the character sheet. Okay. So she has what is supposed to be like a all black outfit, with maybe the jacket a little bit darker. So we'll try to get it to fit that kind of scheme. We can go real dark on this, I think, actually. Just, you know, we'll see. Okay, let's see if we can like work backwards from here. Too bright, hold on. Wait, where's... Oh, here it is. Okay. I was trying to look for the line art. Dun 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 dun. Come on, darker. There we go. How we look? Okay. Maybe I should a little bit darker here, because that would be where the, like the sternum, like the center of the ribs. So the light would be hitting like this side, and this would be like either dark or like some kind of mid-tone. I think. Like I said, I'm not the best when it comes to lighting. I do what I can. Maybe I should get into cell shading. I think that would be way easier. Or actually, I said that as kind of a joke, but now that I think about it, if I get into cell shading, I could probably learn how to break down shadows a little bit better. So at first I was laughing, but now that I think about it, that might actually be a great idea to try. There we go. Let me deselect it for a second just to look at it. Oh, that's great. That's actually really great. I wasn't feeling it at first, but like now, whenever you get into those like little, it's just like the soft glare. I'm really getting like the texture that I want right. Like because these are like, I don't know what to call the material, but it's supposed to be like a little shiny. It's not rubber, like it's not rubber, but I have seen people wear like gym outfits that have like a little bit of a sheen to them, a little bit of a shine to them. Not like, they almost look like latex, but they're not. Or maybe it's spandex. Maybe that's what I'm thinking about. But anyways, point is, it's supposed to be like that type of gym clothes material where it's like stretchy, breathable, but also has like a little bit of a shine to it. Even if it's like dark black, it's got a little bit of shine. That's what I'm going for. I think this is actually working really well. This I bought this little ergonomic egg thing that you're supposed to put on pencils. Actually, it's for kids. Like it's supposed to help them grab on the pencils better. But I got it because like I've seen a lot of artists that use these little grips to help with their hand pain. And I've been using it, and I actually really like it. I made a duplicate on accident. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Anybody with hand cramps should get into it. I actually don't have hand cramps. I just use it because I like it. Oh, now that I think about it, I probably should have done the rest of her skin, because like only her face is detailed out. But we're already here, so we'll do that later. Yeah, let me just completely like black out. And then we can like work our way around it. Might have been a bad idea, but we'll see. Wait, let me for a second. So the red light's coming from this side, and then the yellow light's coming from this side. If it be at the other corner of the room, she should be... Okay. I think I got it. By Jove, I've got it. So it actually should be more heavy on this side. and then just like some reflective light on here because it's not directly looking at the light. It's like that. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. See if I can do that. So the knee should be lit from underneath instead. Might go a little long. I'm having a good time. Because we got about 30 minutes in the session left. But I'm having a good time, so maybe we'll go to 9:30. We'll see. I am pretty tired, so maybe just 9. Even if I'm having a good time, I can't overwork myself. I say that like I've been doing anything this week. I've just been chilling. Alright, let's turn this back down. Oh, I knew where the knee was even without being able to see the lines. That's how you know I've spent too much time drawing knees. Sorry, not knees. I meant to say anatomy. My brain turned off for a second there. I would definitely if I started getting traction, I would definitely dedicate a lot longer of a session. So instead of just like a 2-hour session on Twitch, it would be like, I don't know, 6 hours. I'm not sure if I would dedicate like everything to Twitch. It really would depend on like how much traction. Like if for whatever reason I had like a 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people watching every single time I got on, I might. I don't know. It's hard for me to answer that because it's just like right now it's just a hobby. It's just something I like to do. Like it's just something for me to do for fun. But you know, I don't know. That's a really hard one. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if you know. Okay, that sounds really bad. Like it would be great if I had if I had a gigantic following on Twitch. And right now I'm having fun doing it. Even if I don't have like a huge following, like I'm still having fun. I don't need a gigantic following. That's one of those things that people, you know, have a hard time understanding when they're not an artist. Is that the transition from making it from something you just like to do for yourself to actually making it monetizable is actually kind of a really huge step for artists. Like you really have to know what you're doing before you make that move, because when it becomes work, you won't enjoy it as much. And like I said, like I've always loved doing art. So for me, like the idea of making it my job is a little terrifying for me. I don't know. I mean, and even then, I actually am in the middle of it. Actually, I'm about to announce that, I guess I should say. I am about to start taking commissions, and at least starting there as far as like making a career out of my art. Because I like making characters, I like doing designs, and doing commissions for character design, or I can easily see being something I really enjoy. So I actually have my commission sheet ready, and I'm about to start posting that on Instagram, on Instagram and my other places, DeviantArt. I guess I can maybe just DeviantArt and Instagram for my commission sheet and like my rates that I've thought about for a bit, and we'll see how that goes. So as far as like making Twitch into a career, there's issues with the platform. I do enjoy doing it now. I definitely could expand. I can definitely do like longer sessions, and push a lot harder on my art, because I don't really push my Twitch sessions too hard. It's just, whoever comes here, I like their company. If no one's here, I can still do whatever I'm like doing. I can still work on my art. How would I monetize it? It's kind of weird because I don't really know what people who do Twitch full-time actually do. Maybe that's why I'm having trouble answering the question. Is because like I don't know what a Twitch as a career would even look like. And see, I guess it would entirely like revolve around donations, subscriptions. I could probably do a Patreon at that point. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it could be something I could do full time. Especially if I get like subscriptions where I could like support it as a career for myself. Yeah, I would like to do it full time. I think I'd be pretty happy doing it full time. I would just be like very worried about like, that transition would be a little tough for me, and I'd be worried about the community, whether or not I was doing enough for the people who view it, like because I could very easily just be like, yeah, everybody that watches me wants me to draw Batman for like the 100th time, but I want to draw this. And it would, like, if I didn't have like, if my community was like that, constantly demanding me to draw this or that, I don't know how long I would be able to keep that up. But I'm pretty, I guess I am able to like disconnect from this like pretty in a healthy way. So maybe I'd be able to handle that. I don't know. That's not a question I've thought too much about. General answer, I would like to get bigger. But I don't know how big. So long as I'm having a good time, yes. I wouldn't mind getting bigger. I'm not a very like grind setty person. Like I'm not like constantly staring at my numbers and like trying to figure out how to like improve it and like constantly plugging myself everywhere I need to go. And I know some people are like, how are you going to make money off your art if you're not constantly pushing this and that? And it's like, I'm not extremely concerned with that. Like I don't want this to be something that where I dedicate all my time and thinking to and like literally leaving myself sweaty, just like how much time I dedicate to monetizing my art. I'm not against it. I get it. I would like to make money off my art, but I'm very much like, if I'm not in a good mood, if I'm not happy with what I'm doing, then I usually just won't do that. And that's what I'm always worried about when it comes to my art. It's like I'm worried about making it not fun. But that doesn't mean I also won't monetize it at all, because that's what I'm trying to do now with me doing commissions, which I need to get on. But I'll make a more thorough announcement of the commissions in like a couple of minutes. But right now we're focusing on Mahsa. I'm wondering, should I? I'm doing like a very slight glow to the groin area, but I don't know if any lighting would actually hit it. So I'm not sure if I should just like leave this just like a dark patch of nothingness. It would not be the worst thing in the world that you don't see like excessive lighting directing you towards her area. But it is, it'd be a little weird to completely avoid it. Maybe turn it down. Whoa, what's going on over here? Oh no, I hit it. Oh no. Whenever I was like completely blacking out the pants, I accidentally hit it. That's really bad. Or, it's not the worst thing, but that means I have to fix it. Come on. I'm gonna have to like paint over it too. That's really annoying. Kind of forgot how this looked. I don't know. I think I don't have that in many references for what like full-time artists would be, of what they would do. I think art is one of those areas where there's not really it's not really very monetizable. That's always been like the joke. Like there's a lot of people who want to be artists, but like they can't afford it. You know, the broke artist thing is always been a meme. Not a meme, but like maybe a meme. So that's, I think I've like knowing that going in, like I've always had the idea where it's just like, I'm going to do this. I do art for fun because I know there's not really a way to make a ton of money off of art. Or I guess maybe there is, but like not in a healthy way where, you know, you would eventually like start to kind of like hate doing art. And I don't want to do that. I don't know. Now my brain's stuck on the idea. I think, yeah, I do eventually want to get to that point where I can quit my job and just focus on it full time. Because even if it is a work, I think it would make me happier to know that like it's my career. It's not just something I do on the side. It is like my full-time career. And being on Twitch would definitely be very fun. Because as much as I don't like being in public, as much as I hate like taking photos of myself and seeing myself, I can very easily like see myself like having fun, enjoying chat and talking to people. Like I like doing that. I can at least turn my own like I don't know what that word is for whenever you hate like seeing yourself in videos and cameras. Cringe. I can turn that part of my brain off enough to like have a good time. So yeah. Full-time Twitch artists. That'd be cool. That'd be fun. I think maybe even just like the fantasy of being a full-time anything is just like, oh, is that even possible these days in this economy? Can afford to live these days. I mean, come on, let's be real. I get that all the time at work. Every time somebody like peeks over at my drawings and like looks at it for a while, they're like, "Why are you even here? Like at this job? Like you can become a full-time artist." And it's just like, it's hard to explain to them. Like I don't, you know, it's not that easy. It's not like you are a good artist and all of a sudden all the money will come to you. Like sometimes there's a lot of work that goes into monetizing your art. There's a lot of work to being a constant artist, like being able to like constantly make art to make money off of, to have enough inspiration to make some, like always be working on something, or even to work on a commission sheet like I did for like 2 or 3 weeks. But even just like making a sheet telling people like, hey, here's how much you can pay to me to draw, like that took me a while because like I was not very excited to do it. Like or not that I wasn't excited, but more like I was afraid of like, there's the rejection of like, what if I don't get a lot of people asking me for commissions? What if like nobody notices it? And then there's also like, what if the opposite, where I get too many people asking me for drawings and I don't have enough time to focus on what I want to do? I have complex feelings about it. But overall, I do think I would like to transition to something more monetizable for my art. So long as it's art, I'll be happy. So if I get more opportunities to do art, if I get more Twitch followers and I can spend more time just hanging out, yeah, I don't think I could complain about that at all. I think I can only find good things to say about that. Go away. I've been spending like a lot of time like in this area and not doing anything. I think, where would the light be? It would hit the leg. Would it hit her like area at all here? It might not. And then here. Let's turn this back down. I'm gonna do like the line of the it's not like a crease, there's like an actual like line in her leggings. I don't know what I would call it. My leg's all on. I've been sitting on my leg for too long. Ooh. Oh, goodness. I got static in my leg for sitting on it. I will be punished for my crimes of sitting on my own leg. Itchy nose. Whoops. Go away. No, I'm gonna just go away. There you go. Boop, 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 boop. Go away, go away. There we go. And bring back in some of these lines I was doing over here. Oops, that's black. Okay, I think we're good on this layer. Let me just a bit more. We're getting real close to being good. Hold on. Forgot about this area. Maybe that's what I'm missing too. Just like a fold. Ooh, I forgot there's lines here too. Let me take a few steps back. I think, hold on. I keep making decisions. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Oh God, hold on. Big stretch. I really hope I don't have pit stains. Because I am sweating. Even with the fan directly on me, it's just so insanely hot in this house. Okay. There we go. I think we're good. I think we're good. I got just enough, sorry, 1 second. Go. Now I think I'm done for that area. 1 second. I keep changing my mind. Don't look at me. How about now? Sorry, the light was like directly in my eye. Now I think I'm happy. Yeah. Okay. Next, we're gonna do finish up the skin that I kind of just left like half done. Select. So first of all, let me see if I can grab this tone. So let's remember this is at 48. Change it back to normal. Then we're gonna try to like grab the color. I think this is a good spot for it. So turn it back to overlay. Put it back to 48. So now everything's in simpatico. All right. Sorry, I got really tired for a second. Oh yeah, we gotta put it on the right layer or grab the skin. Select. Opaque. That sounded a little grim. Grab by the skin, the flesh. It's on the wrong. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. No. There we go. It's weird. For some reason, I think my brain it's working easier if I do it backwards. Where I put all the shadow on and then add where the light's coming from. Everything's gonna be alright. I don't know why I'm trying to sing. That does not sound good at all. I'm on mic. muted myself because I kept humming. I couldn't fight back the hmms. I might do another shadow layer to get like really dark. So let's play with that for a second. Hold on. Get like a purple. Let's make it a multiply or an overlay actually. That's an eraser. Actually, no, let's go multiply because that's, yeah. Oh, that's perfect for a multiply is a perfect. Then obviously the belly button's gonna be dark. Here we go. It's kind of weird seeing just like abs appear.
Big stretch.
Much better. Artists need stretch. All artists need all over the world. I forgot what the color was. I'm gonna scream. Ah! I switched to a new color without thinking about it. So overlay, bop. And we're gonna go back down to 48. Bop. I could just make it 50. Not like, yeah, it's not like I was gonna change a lot. I think I just grabbed a different color. I'm just sad now. Okay. Overlay 50. All right, we're gonna move on to the hands. The hands are the only other places that I need to do with skin. And might be where I end it for tonight. I am on eraser. So just like before, I'm just gonna dump it all over everything. Bop, 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 bop. I'm gonna do this over here too while I'm at it. Bop, 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 bop. Okay. I'm gonna erase. So we're gonna have to get really technical here. So, because she's gonna have her hand over one of the blinds. So there's gonna be like a shadow just like straight through her hand because, you know, she's grabbing the thing that is producing the shadow. If that makes any sense. So you know what? Let's act like the blind isn't there for a second, and then we'll just cut it right in half. Let's just act like this was a just wide open window and all the light was coming through. And then we could change it later. I think that's basically everything. Well, hold on. Let me also get like all the way up here. You would like just be drowned in light actually. Okay. And let's go in reverse, slim it down. Trying to round it in areas. Okay. So that's one hand. I'm also gonna do... Where are we on the skin tones? Whatever, we'll grab it later. I actually don't know what the shadow is. Oh, that looks awesome. It's not what I want at all, but it looks awesome. This looks ugly for a second. Hold on, we're gonna fix it. Give me a minute. You're gonna smooth everything out. Actually, can I just like actually just blur everything together? I hate that. Okay. Go away, go away, go away, go. Undo, 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 undo. There we go. I'm gonna go back to brush. What actually I think would help is, what if I just did this? I might not be feeling this decision at all, actually. We'll see. Hold on, let's keep working on it for a bit. Whoa. Okay. All right then. Oops. Normal. Grab the skin tone. We're gonna go with that. Then we're gonna set it right back. 50. Overlay. Okay. So now we can put in like the actual shadow. Just straight through it. So she's supposed to be like reaching over the blinds. Or onto the blinds actually. Let's see. This is hard. Hold on. I think you're actually almost pretty much everything, like straight through, like here, because it looks like her hand is completely covered by the blind. So maybe the only thing you would be able to see is just like the underneath, the light coming from below. So like only her wrist and like the bottom of her thumb is getting any light. The rest of it is just maybe like the softest light from underneath. So just like the soft, like just soft, just underneath the hand. But everything on top of the hand is getting no light. And this might actually not even need to exist. So like from there, and then we could just no. I might just leave it. There. For that hand. Ooh. Alright, let's do the other hand. So from here, she would have light coming from below. Her knuckle over here. I think it's pretty much it. And then her like sleeve would be casting a lot of shadow on everything, or anything as far as like her lower arm or her forearm. Jesus. Whew. So let's try to sharpen it up. Okay. Then from here, I actually think it's more important to get some of these shadows in. Before I do it, let me just go ahead and make this layer a normal pop. Then we just grab the color. I need to hotkey that button. Okay, so I was just a little bit off. Turn back to multiply, pop. Okay. I think I grabbed the wrong color. Oh, I'm gonna. There you go. Okay, now I think I got it. Select, deselect. Bah. Yeah. Took really solid. Oh. Hold on, wait. Be right back. Oh. Okay. I think maybe the only thing I need to do is just a little bit of face. Wish me luck. For like the real shadows. Okay. Select. Deselect. All right. Now I think we're good. Ooh. Okay. All right. So we're pretty much done with most of the background rendering. We're still probably gonna have to go back and do work on it just a touch more, but we'll have to see once we get to the lighting stage. Next, we'll pretty much get into the entire session. Will be rendering Mahsa. Oh, I also forgot to mention that. I actually looked up how to pronounce her name. So from what I can tell, English speakers usually say Mahsa anyways, but technical pronunciation, the traditional pronunciation of her name would be Mahsa. Mahsa. Not Mahsa. 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 But most English speakers that I've heard that ever bring up that name usually say Mahsa. So I honestly don't think people, like if somebody came from Iran with the name Mahsa, I don't think people would say Mahsa. They would probably say Mahsa. Mahsa. But I don't know. So Mahsa is the traditional way to say it. I'm still probably going to call her Mahsa. Mahsa. Try to say Mahsa. We'll see. You'll see if anybody actually like tries to correct me on the name. For now, I will just say how I'm saying it. Save. Okay, so that's the end of this session. Thanks for everybody for who was here. Even if it was only here for 5 minutes, or even if you're just watching the YouTube recording of it, that goes up on the archive. So make sure to check out my YouTube channels, which are linked down below. I have one for my time-lapse channel, which if you want to see everything in like 5 minutes. I also upload some extra stuff that I don't stream on Twitch, just some other pieces that I recorded. And those get uploaded onto the time-lapse highlight channel. Then, as well as the archive, if you do want to see the backlog for all these sessions I've been doing, you can go and check the link down below. So there's a highlights time-lapse channel and a archive channel. The archive is the full 2 hours, while the highlights is just everything sped up. Make sure to check out my Instagram. I will be posting in just a second. I am announcing my commission sheet. So let me pull that up too while I'm still streaming. So here it is. Spent some time working on it. So this is my let me turn down the music. This is my commission sheet that I've been working on for a little while. Like I was talking about earlier in the stream, I have a little bit of a hard time to like sit down and think about these things, but this is what we're going to be going with. So why is everything locked? Okay. There we go. All right. So this is everything that it's gonna go. So basically, you choose the size of the piece you want. Then you let me know what kind of coloring, what level of coloring you want me to do, and then as well as the background. Most of these are probably just gonna be straight ink and pencil on a paper, and then I will digitally touch them up on my own. I've got a lot better with touching up things digitally. I can do it like very low key, just like a little bit of like making the brightness better and removing any mistakes. And then I've gone like full out effects. I mean, like basically painting over the drawing anyways. And these categories are a little flexible. So the example I have for the full body is this one right here, the Araceli drawing that I did. That would count as a full drawing, even though her knee technically doesn't fit into the picture. If you really wanted it to be full and you're upset about the knee being in there, then I could draw it out. I would be sending you pictures throughout the sketching process and bring up like, hey, her knee's not in the picture. Is that still going to be counting, even though you're going to have to pay for the full thing? Like, I hope nobody is like going to be upset if I draw a full character for you, but her knee doesn't fit. Like, it's just her knee. I kind of wanted her like exploding into the foreground. Like I want her like popping out. I wanted her to fill up as much of the sheet as I could with the character. Anyways, so it is going to be a little flexible on that. Same with the head and a half. For this one on the top left would count as the head, and you can see I actually drew like the collar for the shirt and like the lapels for the trench jacket. So I wouldn't count that as a half. That'd still just be like head with a little bit of extra. Meanwhile, the one below it would be counting as the half because you're getting like the actual suit and everything. I might be a little flexible on that. I think the deciding factor would be the fact that he also has his arms there, because you would actually have to like think about what kind of jacket he's wearing and how to design that. So yeah, like I said, it's a little flexible. Be nice to me. I'm not gonna be super uptight about it, but it is what it is. Okay, and then the color. So just straight line art. You don't have to pay for any color. You don't want to pay for any color. Maybe you have your own color set you would like to go to. That's fine. If you want me to do any kind of flatting, black and white or color, usually flatting is still the same for me. It takes about the same amount of time work. Because flatting, I have to actually, fill everything in and then make sure it doesn't go past the borders. So that process is basically just as long as the black and white flats. I've actually done like a mini comic in black and white, and it took a very, very long time. So yeah. And then full render, obviously, that's when I get into the lighting. That's when I get into making things look round when I want them to look round. And getting like a highlight line and all that. So all that's only on that ranking. Then background, if you just want like a color, if you just want a gradient, then that would be considered. I wouldn't charge you for that because literally it would be like 2 seconds. I'm not going to charge you $5 for me to just click fill. Simple props, that would be a very like contentious one. Basically, if you just have like one object in the background, maybe two. And it would depend, or if you want something with like a little bit of texture. So this one in the middle, that took actually quite a bit of time. So if you want something that like a fill, basically what is a fill or a gradient, but you want it with a lot of texture or you want it to be like very detailed, then I would consider that as simple because it's just, it's just lines. So it's not a full background. It's not supposed to resemble anything. It's just texture, but it still takes time to actually fill it out. So I would consider that a simple prop background. I probably could change simple props to simple. That way it's just like simple background, full background, instead of simple props, complex props. But the one on the right would definitely be complex because you have all the little goblins in the background. You have the altar. You have these little chalices. You have the Sabbat logo and the preacher who she stole the book from. So that would be considered a full, a complex prop background because, you got a lot of stuff going on in the background. They're not the most detailed zombies, but, they are detailed zombies. So I would consider that a full. And then as far as like some more specific tags, I'm not able to do and not safe for work art. That's just, not something I want to do. Maybe one day, not now. And then like any specific details on like something you're not sure about, we could talk about it. For people watching, I will go and say, furry art, probably not going to do. I might work with you on that. I might just make you pay a little. If you're willing to pay a little more, I might do furry art for you. And mech, if you want me to draw anything with like mech characters and like any super technical drawings with like straight lines, like a transformer or anything like that, or obviously Gundam and stuff like that. That might also be a little bit more because I don't draw robots. I don't draw mech. I'm not into those anime. But if you want it, I'll do it. It's just it's gonna be hard for me, and I might need a little bit more just on top, like like $10, $5, just to make it a little bit more worth it. And then if you want more than one character on a drawing, you just have to do the first two again. You don't have to worry about paying for the background again. So if you want like 2 headshots, let's go with the top left. If you just want 2 headshots, that would be, hold on, one second. Let me double check. I sent the message instead of searching. Okay, yeah. So top left would be head and flats, so it would be $20. So if you wanted another one right next to him, you just run through the first two again. So it would just be head and flats again. So it would be $40 for each character. Specifically, if I have to design another character, according to whatever you want. So if you wanted, here's another thing. If you wanted like a crowd of characters in the background, but you don't need them to be detailed, you don't need them to be like very specific characters, I can just make them an amorphous blob or like some kind of texture that lets you know there's a crowd behind them, but don't worry about them. There's one character in the foreground. A crowd of people could be considered like a background item, you know. But if I have to design a lot of the characters in the background, then we get into you might have to just keep running through it. So, you know, try to, you know, we can work it out, you know, the exact specifics of the details. But, you know, I just wanted to go and talk through the guide. I don't know how easy it is to read. You know, like feedback on that would be appreciated too. But again, if you have any questions, you could just, you know, reach out to me either through my email or my Instagram. I will also say I am not a super fast artist. Let me just go ahead and be a little bit more specific about these examples. One second. Trying to zoom in, but it's not working. Okay. So the one on the top left took me maybe like 20 minutes. The one on the bottom left took me 4 to 5 hours. The one in the middle took me about maybe 4 hours. And then the one on the right took me several days. Like, I think maybe if I wasn't, because that one was for a stream, so that if I wasn't streaming, I probably could have done it in like 2 to 3 weeks of serious. I would say 2 weeks. Yeah, just a flat 2 weeks would be a good estimate. If so, that's what you're looking at if you order if we finalize a commission. I have done commissions before for people. I'm not super strict. I'd appreciate it if you weren't super strict, you know. But do keep me to the fire a little bit, because I do need some kind of incentive to work on it. But yeah, there's that. And as far as payments, Cash App. I think I'm maybe not Venmo. I don't think I have a Venmo. I do have a PayPal as well, which you can also find down below if you just want to donate. I do appreciate donations as well. I actually completely forgot about that. I need to start putting that out there. So yeah, PayPal, Cash App. I think Wells Fargo has their own thing, but I'm not sure. But yeah, we could probably just keep it Cash App and PayPal. There's my email and my Instagram on the top right. Also, just check out my Instagram in general. Like, that's where a lot of my art gets posted. So if you want to see what I'm doing, I think I do pretty good work. You know, not to toot my own horn too much. I think I like my stuff. I like posting stuff on art and Instagram. But yeah, go and send my stuff there. I think that's pretty much all I need to cover. And then also specifics. If you, I'm probably going to be posting whatever you make me draw as a commission, so I can use it to advertise, I guess. If you specifically don't want me to put it on my Instagram, we would have to talk through that. You know, that's completely fine, but you know, just you would have to let me know. You might have to charge like, I don't know, like another $5, because you know that would be me losing out on an opportunity to repost my own artwork. So if you don't want me to post whatever it is I drew for you for whatever reason, I am also understanding of that. Again, it would be something we have to discuss beforehand. All right then. Yeah, that's everything. So thank you for being here. Check out my Instagram. Check out all my other links. Do what it is. If you got any ideas for commissions, keep me in the back of your head. Have a good night.